Hello folks, Jonathan Milam here. I hope you're having a great day. It's rainy here in Charleston, South Carolina. Has been for several days, going to be for several days more. Not good for man or beast, but great for the grass and trees. Or so I keep telling my wife. All right, 3 trumpets that I've got here. I'm going to try each one with 2 mouthpieces. That'll equal 7 clips, the way I do my math. Because one of these is a wonderful Bach Stradivarius. However, it was worked on by the masterful Charlie Melk, and I'm going to play it with 2 different bells. Okay, going to start off with a Jaeger, which I used to say was a relatively small bell, but through this area in here, it appears to be larger, say, than your perhaps 37, certainly larger than a 43. And so I'm going to have to say it is not as small a bell as I thought. Excellent, excellent way that it's made though. While it is a little larger in this area, not too big here, and not too big in the flare, so it's easy to control. Slightly heavy bell made by the excellent maker Ivan Hunter in New York City area, and really a tremendous trumpet. Slightly heavier bell than he usually uses. Some very nice touches. One is he didn't like bracing the lead pipe early on, so he put a little sleeve around here and attached the brace to that. Felt like that still gave the horn a little bit more vitality. Pretty much it looks to me like a rather square slide, slightly more so than, say, the average D slide that you might find on a Strad. Just, again, like so many things, a matter of degrees. Nickel finger buttons. He felt that give you a better touch, feeling how your trumpet is doing, and excellent stainless valves. Really, this trumpet is hardly used. And sadly, I do see a spot of red rot right in that tuning slide. Not sure that you can see that. Just a tiny little spot under the lacquer, unless it's just a blim. But at any rate, solid trumpet. Going to play first of all, then I'm going to go to a Benge, then I'm going to go to a Bach Stradivarius lead pipe reverse. I'm going to start off with a 43 lightweight bell, then we'll go to a heavier Adams A10 bell, and you'll find that the sound will become much more like the Jaeger at that point. Okay, going to start off with what I call a light, legit mouthpiece, GR64MX. Quite a C cup, very nice mouthpiece. Medium X, a little deeper than their extra mouthpiece. Going to play a light number since we're using this mouthpiece. Then I'm going to go later to a Trent Austin TATF trumpet Flugel, but a very mild, moderate one. Very usable in so many instances. And we'll slow the song down at that point. I think I'll play If I Only Had a Heart. So we've got the Jaeger Trumpet Custom. We've got a GR64MX mouthpiece. And we'll give If I Only Had a Heart a try. Using a Shure KSM32, I believe it is. Pretty clear mic. Doesn't seem to distinguish as much from one trumpet to another, but I've got it set up so I take my headphones off. I'm hearing about the same thing that I'm hearing with them on, other than the reverb. Smaller room. I do like just a little bit more of a live sound. And now one of my favorite makes. I've got an old Benge 4X, not in great shape, but still a good player. Red rot all through the lead pipe, but it still is nice. However, here is a Benge 3X from 20,000 serial number, 20,900, something like that, from about 76. Little lighter sound than the Jaeger trumpet. In fact, quite similar to the, more similar to the Bach Stradivarius 43 lightweight we'll play in a moment. And with that same GR64MX mouthpiece, we'll try that same number if I only had a heart. Okay, moving along, we've got the Stradivarius lead pipe reverse. Really very, very nice setup. And 43 lightweight bell, and of course the tunable bell. And we'll try with this setup, then we'll switch bells in just a moment. Okay, very quickly now I'm going to switch bells with the Stradivarius. And what we've got is a set screw here right next to the lead pipe, and then also a set screw where the bell comes out of the first slide. It's very easy to slide the trumpet off, hopefully without dropping it. And then when you put on the bell, you see where it has a space there, and of course moves into the... Now, I will say this. The Adams A10 is an entirely different bell setup. Shorter belled trumpet, and it is a relatively tight fit, but looks like we've got it. Okay. And I'm really grateful that Charlie was willing to go the second mile and work a little bit extra on this to make the bell where it fits. You will want to move the tuning slide all the way in when you put it on, but a good deal. Now, I'm going to play this, the last one, with this rather legit mouthpiece and with this heavier A10 bell on. Again, a little larger through the throat area, not so much the taper, but definitely the throat. And Adams considers this A10 a more of a symphonic instrument. Of course, most all of us figure the 43 lightweight bell lends itself to a much brighter sound. When you get a trumpet that has the lightweight bell and the heavier, larger concert type bell, you get a wonderful series of options. Okay, so with the Stradivarius lead pipe reverse, Adams A10 bell, and the GR10 we'll try if I only had a heart. Now, I'm going to go through all three of these horns with a deeper mouthpiece. Wonderful mouthpiece. It's a Trent Austin, or now ACB, TATF, large drill, 24, fairly large drill. Actually not too large for a trumpet Flugel mouthpiece, but that makes it very usable. You can get above the staff with this, and just real nice option. Not quite so clear and bright sounding as the GR64, but still not quite as dark as a lot of trumpet flugels. Very usable, especially if you're in a situation where you want your volume muted or you're in a very small area with a limited number of people. Okay, we're going to go back to the Jaeger Custom with the TATF mouthpiece. And I think I'll try, give me that old time religion. We'll switch keys halfway through, give you a sound in the lower range and a little bit with the upper range as well. All right, we'll use that same TATF with the Benge. The thing about these Benges, so easy to play. Just an easy blow, a nice, light, crisp sound. Really a shame that that instrument is not being made anymore. I had and sold just last week, and I hope you enjoy it, Laura, a very nice trumpet that was called Burbank. And my understanding was Michael Thomas worked with Zig Canstel, and they put together a trumpet that was very similar to the Benge, very similar to the Benge. However, since the Benge name had been owned by another entity, they called it a Burbank because they used the bell that was originated at the Burbank facility. And my understanding is there for a while Canstel sold a model called the Chicago, and I did read recently that the Chicago was based on the Chicago bell that Benge used, which would have been very, very much an older type trumpet. But at any rate, love those Benges. Okay, here's your Bach 43. And we're playing it with the deeper TATF mouthpiece as it has on now the Adams A10 bell. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed this. As always, a pleasure spending time with you. Any instruments that we have for sale will be on the first line, linked to Trumpet Herald, where we generally place horns that we've got for sale. And at the moment, you might see all three of these there if they're still available. As always, we appreciate your thumbs up, as does Google. And we do hope that you'll take care of yourself and someone near you.